everyone wants all the good work.
Cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop. But who pays the cream of the crop
Nobody.
prices? No one does. I
Nobody
only saw that
does.
unless it's a corporate thing where it's an agenda.
Yeah.
Right? And now you have to fish for agendas, not even fishing for creativity.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything for Cartoon Network, Disney, forget it. That's when you start to pivot and you see that as an animator across the board, I first looked who in my industry at the top makes money. So shout out to Popo Tea House, where we get our cappuccinos, our coffees, I don't even know what those snacks are. Did he even tell you what it is?
Yeah. Look, it's a cafe bakery.
A cafe bakery.
It's a really good place to chill. Good vibes, very mellow.
Nice deco.
Nice deco. So come through, chill out, take pictures,
have
take in the
conversation.
vibe. And yeah, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Shout out
to Popos. Let's jump right into it, man. I wanted to know, in your personal opinion, right? When is a creator supposed to actually pivot?
I had the same question.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow, because I also want to know from you.
I know when, but you must tell me first.
In my opinion, when someone is supposed to pivot.
Yeah.
When it's not working, even though you're the best at it. I think a lot of people pivot prematurely. It's like the gym. It will work until you're the best at it, but it's still not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's say I've done this craft for a long time. I'm really good at it. I understand the ins and the outs. I know what's happening in the industry, the trends, etc., etc. But I still can't make it work. And no matter what I do, staying in this lane, I can see it's not going to change. This is the pinnacle of where this goes, or I've hit the ceiling of this one skill or of this industry, doing it the way I've been doing it. If I hit that and things don't change, that's the right time to change lanes.
Okay.
You're driving, you can drive as fast as you want, but if there's traffic in this lane,
There's traffic in that lane.
what you're gonna have to do, pivot.
Pivot.
You have to switch over to the
Okay.
next lane.
I'd
Well,
say
how would you
in-
answer?
In two circumstances, like the
Okay.
one that you said, I think what's tricky about the one that you mentioned is some people don't know how good they are, right? Some people already think they're the best when they're actually still amateur. Some people are the best, but because
Think
they
they're amateur.
think they're amateur,
Yeah.
or think that I'm on this
Comes back
level.
to self-doubt.
It comes back to self-doubt, right? So I'd say you need to pivot when a few things start to happen, right? Because everything's a bit of a realization. Everything
Right.
also comes with your energy levels and the options there with what you have. So let's bring back to I think the first thing is money. Let's look at money number one, yeah? Because I think what always prompted our pivot is cool, I might start making money. When you make money in the thing, means that you're doing a good thing. It means that cool. Now, is the money I'm making sustaining my lifestyle and I can actually become a successful adult?
Is it also worth it?
Is it worth it?
Scale-wise.
Scale-wise.
Yeah.
As in, it always has to look like how, because it's you could be a creative in a corporate place where
Right.
they do pay and they have the funds,
Yeah.
or you can go freelance.
Yeah.
But then now you out here fishing for your own bag. Now it's cool. The sky's the limit in terms of how many jobs you can get.
Can get, right, that are available.
But that are available.
But can you
But
get
can
them?
you get them?
Yeah.
And on top of that, what if you get too many at the same time? Now you could burn out, right?
Yep.
So you're always looking at risk to reward ratio.
The scale.
You have to look at the scale, right? And for me, when I saw that the scales were unfair with animation, when I'm like, no, everyone wants all the good work.
Cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop, but who pays the cream of the crop
Nobody.
prices? No one does. I only
Nobody
saw that
does.
unless it's a corporate thing where it's an agenda,
Yeah.
right? And now you have to fish for agendas, not even fishing for creativity.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything for Cartoon Network, Disney, forget it. That's when you start to pivot and you see that as an animator across the board, I first looked who in my industry at the top makes money. When I can't see
I remember you mentioned that
And
in
remember,
the second episode.
Exactly. I couldn't see anyone living a good
The
life.
type of lifestyle I want to live.
Right?
Yeah.
And if they went into what? The producer role. They moved up.
Pivot.
So that's the thing. You had to
Yeah.
pivot. You saw that
You can't
I
stay,
want to
yeah.
make an animation, but for me to make the animation, I can't be the animator. I have to be the one who gets the money
Who
to make
gives
it.
the shots?
Right. That's
Right.
when you pivot. So then I bring it back to film. Right. Film is that thing of because a wide array. You can go in any lane. I can start with the camera, then I can go lights, then I can become
Right.
a director. And comes back. Who's making the most money in this thing? And who's happy doing it? Right. Because I've seen a lot of happy gaffers. I've seen happy shooters. They're just not happy about their lifestyles, like the situation with it. There's always a pay thing.
It's always an ish.
And it's that thing of if your ish is not enough for you to get out, it means that's bro, it's for you. That's the thing. If the hardships,
It means you love it.
you love it, right?
love the game.
Despite the pay, right? So you start to see the type of person you are. You can't say you want more money, but you're willing to accept the treatment, the pay, what. It means that you were always supposed to. You can handle that hardship. The tolerance is there for
You're
it.
cool keeping it like that.
My tolerance is I'm even pivoting again this year. Right?
Our tolerance is at an all-time low.
Low.
The filter's ripped. There's no. it's up or nothing.
And
It's
that's
really
the thing
up. It's
because
up
we
or
saw
up.
again, cool, I reached this certain bar. I can get money regularly. People want my work every month. Good. Means
Yeah.
I'm in the right lane.
Right.
But am I receiving the income that matches the lifestyle
matches
I
it.
want?
Yeah.
Then it's like, nah.
Also, am I putting in the amount of effort I'm putting in? Does it equate the amount I'm
Yes.
getting?
And thank you, because when we did like the biggest like projects,
Yeah.
right, and it equated to so little,
Mm-hmm.
it was basically like the biggest L we got. Imagine working on like a 4-month project and you basically, because you had a middleman, you had to trust everyone in the process, even though you don't know these people for a bar or so, because if you come in too strong saying, I'm not going to do anything until, because I don't have that leverage with new connections,
Leverage.
it's basically I'm opening up myself to be finessed. Why I willingly, though, did that was because it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I was not going to be able to shoot that level of something without basically the sacrifice
Yeah.
was meaning the entry.
Sacrifice yourself.
Sacrifice yourself, but with that gained experience, I turned an L into a W. We got more clients after that, basically better positioning, more money. Also, if I want to level up, because I took a huge responsibility without the XP, right? I basically delivered the targeted requirement, means that I am experienced enough to do that, meaning I can pivot.
Right.
Sometimes you even have to accept the crap or the bad jobs just to be able to
Yeah.
pivot. That's why you're gonna have pivoting is so important as a creative. I can't.
It really comes down to, do you know yourself?
Mm.
Because recently, like we said, we shot the running club, and when it was another sign that I'm like, I need to pivot, because like we said, there were many videographers there, and as I looked around, I saw some people doing some cool stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. And old me would be like, let me try something similar, but in my style. But current me was like, oh, that's dope. Not gonna do it though. I'm not gonna change. It was to a point where I'm like, I would pay that guy to do that.
That's also another sign.
And
That's another good sign.
another
I think
good
that's
sign.
a very good sign.
When you don't care about the same things you used to care about,
And you see other people putting in
and
more
you see
work.
people doing it, and it doesn't faze you. Especially if you're an overachiever yourself.
Yeah,
if
we
you're someone
overachievers,
that
yeah.
really works hard and is like, I want to do the best thing out of here. When you see someone doing better, or seemingly doing better at the craft that you want to be the best in, and it doesn't affect you,
You see.
you need to pivot.
Yeah.
It's a sign that I don't care like I used to.
Another sign of pivoting
Yeah.
is when people do put in that, let's say 120%. They go and getting every plugin, making the most epic edit, and the views that come out. It was an amazing edit, but the impact was so minimal because, like KK said previously, there's a lot of good work out there. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of people who are already the best, but because they weren't really focused on the impact, like, yes, we must do good work, but when we don't, the fact that I've seen that, You can be that good, but still get mediocre results.
Yeah.
And that was wasted, like a wasted
It's
effort.
wasted effort.
Yeah, wasted effort. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, and you reach a point where
You
you can't
wasted time.
You can't waste time like that. I
Yeah.
would never go so hard on an edit that I know is going to have very little results. And on top of that, the only people who care are the videographers. The clients probably would have been even satisfied with the okay thing.
Absolutely.
For less work. It's just about, you need to see what requires all the work versus what.
And you see, I
doesn't.
think when we speak on pivot, I think we're looking at it even from a broader sense of the word. Because I think even while you're staying in the same position, there are many tiny pivots that you
Exactly.
do. Small pivots that you realize, I'm cranking out, like you said, 120% effort to make the best thing. Sleepless nights. But the way that my client is treating my work, I didn't have to go this hard. They would have been just as impressed with 50% of my effort.
Exactly.
Now, to me, it sounds like, but now I'm not doing my best. You don't understand that the extra energy I have reserved can go to a place that's going to do better for me.
Energy preservation is so key.
So these small pivots, we're in a place where a lot of the times the quality you make will only be appreciated by other people who are also shooting.
Who know the value.
But those people aren't paying you.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter that they appreciate it.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect your pocket if another creative person who wants your position.
Remember, it comes back to that general bar. As
the
long as you meet the
bar.
general bar.
And that's the bar that the client or whoever is going to pay for it is happy with.
It's more so like the professionalism bar.
The
Basically, you can't be
professional bar.
like, don't have whack audio, don't have overly shaky footage for something that needed to be stable. Small things like that.
Like we said, I mean, there's certain things where I think we mentioned it a couple of times where, bro, the quality of the visuals is not as important as the quality of the message. I can make the dopest looking thing, but if it doesn't get me leads,
what was the
You know
point?
what I'm saying?
Funny enough, it was the same thing with like the car videos. I'm like, when I was starting doing car reels, I'm like, I saw the car reels that got views, but the interactions just because cool.
yeah, that's cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I already forgot about the car.
Do I want to buy this
because it's
thing?
that thing of, if I'm also focused, it's like videographers who focus on effects. But it's like, I completely forgot about the product. Yeah, but what product were you trying
What were
to
you
actually
even
show
showing
me?
me? Or you're just showing me your effect.
Your effect. Oh,
you're
okay,
showing me what you downloaded. That's what you're showing me. There's an advert for the pack, the lot pack.
The lot pack.
That's what you showed me. You didn't show me the car. You didn't show me what you're advertising. But when you realize these small things, that's when the pivot comes into play.
You know, I might learn how to make lights just to say, well, buy a light pack.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're showing me. You should have been like,
Buy
what
the CakenTea light
lights?
pack.
That's it. That's what you were showing me.
No,
and that's another sign I need to pivot.
I was also just, I don't
Yeah.
want to lose this point. I like that you mentioned about basically like micro pivots in your industry.
Yes.
Like I like that it's important to understand. Sometimes you don't need to overly go into a whole new
industry
lane.
even, yeah.
Because always starting from square one all the time, you're not going to grow. Because it's that thing of, if it takes you 10 years to gain, basically become a professional in something.
Yeah.
If you keep changing too often, you're going to be mediocre in everything you've done,
you do.
right?
Yeah.
Hence why I remember when I called Keke that first
You
time.
killed yourself like that.
I called him and he was even saying like, "Yeah, dude, I think I'm just gonna do something outside this field. Maybe just become a personal trainer once."
Something.
An actor. He even said
Because,
acting.
wow, bro.
And I really did. First, I was like, nah, I feel you. I was because I felt like anything we did, we could crush.
could
Because now we
crush
can do it with energy. Because animation took our energy, but I had to be realistic. I'm like, am I gonna go throw away 3 years of my studies just like that? And was I willing? Because guys, those were one of the hardest years of my life.
Yeah.
Just for me to
Yeah.
throw it away. I said, nah, let me at least give it one fighting chance. There's no way. It's just because we received it this
that's
way.
important.
You see, just because I received it a certain type of way doesn't
Yeah.
mean I can't repackage it for myself. Always think about how it can relate to you, how it can even relate to your imagine every story we heard, just to be honest, right? And this might sound rude or controversial. It was always a story that never really related to the black experience. And outside of like nature, outside of like village life, poverty. There was nothing showing like anything in my world, my reality, right? Hence why there was more of a motivation for me, because I'm like, that's an open market.
Yeah, there's a narrative
that still isn't being told till this day, right? We only ever get it internet. Hence why I would still push it now. Because
we are. We're going to,
right?
Yeah.
But do you see that if you overly pivot, you would have still thrown away a golden opportunity.
That's true.
Even why I said animation and then I said, let's go video. Because we still have video knowledge through animation. Just because I'm lighting in 3D doesn't mean I can't use the same principles.
In fact, it's the exact same principles.
The exact same principles. It's just that now I have to learn how to do it physically. Camera, this, that. It's not going to take me all those. I don't have to go back to film school and do.
I learned the same thing.
Because as long as I have the basic education, and I'm not going to basically, Imagine I reached remember I said the general bar. I reached the general bar because I was always learning the general bar. I go see YouTube internationally. Where's the general bar? I look locally. I'm like, oh, locally we only still here. Yeah. Or it's like this. Because
third world country. We like to forget. We like to forget.
And some people will go push the professionals and be there. Then it comes back to when I'm looking at it. I'm seeing, okay, locally people still working with big crews. Very slow, very like, no one is pumping.
No one is pumping, yeah.
Work with small crews. There's a few of us, meaning market.
Market, man.
Now means let's work. Let's actually, another pivot opportunity. And guess what? Because I didn't throw away my old skills, and yes, we're rebranding as videography, but what can make me stand out? Other people, we just shoot video. Us, we can shoot you a documentary. Do you want animated elements in this thing? Because we animators too. Or you want to have an animated advert completely. Now, more to offer, different lane, but I didn't throw away what makes us unique. You don't have to throw away your stuff. You can just be smart with your pivots and everything aligns back, bruh, it's just an easy super mega win. Can't throw away skills. I think throw away skills that just generally don't do anything for you.
I was about to say, that's another reason to pivot. It's just easily replaceable. You have to be awake of what's happening around you. Nowadays, I mean,
graphic design.
You look, we're in an AI period, or rather, we've low-key always been in the AI period. It's just really good now and getting better. So, I mean, there's certain skills that you can see. This will not help me tomorrow. And
it won't give me respect.
It's not going to give me respect. Anybody can do this thing. If I am saying I'm so good at this, but it's Canva, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Why I brought up graphic design particularly, that is one of the most disrespect, because I'll say it like this. If I can't line up for your thing...
I'll never hire a graphic designer.
If I can't line up... Like, people will line up for movies. Hence why cinema will always be important. Anime is still crashing servers because it's a respected art form.
Yeah.
A poster never moved. It has in the past when design mattered and we were pushing brand design. But now that we have so many automated systems...
Yeah.
It's like saying background art, like it's the same thing like with background arts. I feel like backgrounds are so important in animations.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
The world matters. But now because do we care about the people who make the work? Do we care? Am I going to wait for this guy to draw this whole thing and charge me per drawing? Or may they say, generate this angle?
Because nobody came to watch the background.
Thank you. Always focus on
nobody came to watch the background, bro. And that's what I mean. These things are not important. It's not important.
It's not.
Man, like I can't even emphasize how not important it is. Like guys, doesn't help.
It doesn't.
I know today, as CakenTea is expanding, we're hiring editors. We're gonna hire videographers too, etc., etc. I will never hire
a graphic designer. I won't do that. I won't do that.
You have to be a graphic designer.
Low key, that's what I won't lie. The social media manager. Low key, if we need a poster and you need to say this, that's what, and especially because Canva it's become so user friendly. That's what I'm saying. Once your job becomes user friendly and it sticks, because even our work with AI, they were trying to AI every video. It hasn't been sticking because people still prefer people to make videos. But no one can graphic design. No one can enough.
And it's never a knock on creativity.
It's not.
This is quite the opposite. We're just saying that it doesn't matter anymore. We love creativity. I like a good poster.
They do.
It's never gonna change my mind though. If there's a movie I don't like and I know I'm not gonna watch it, the poster is not gonna change my mind.
Funny. That's so funny.
You know what I'm saying? It's things like that's not gonna change my opinion. If it's a skill that doesn't change opinions, pivot, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like even in music nowadays, everybody's kind of just using music packs the same way you get download lots and stuff. But the art is still there. You can, if you want to go, you know, record a specific drum kit. You go there by yourself. I'm gonna go record this drum, but it doesn't matter to the people who are gonna pay for it.
Especially if you don't
doesn't
show
matter
the
to the viewer.
If you're also not doing VR.
Bro, nobody
But even
cares,
who's gonna watch
bro.
the if you make a BTS of a poster.
Aye, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. It doesn't matter.
If you just
man.
think so, this design, you know, because Kiki is right. No one actually cares about posters anymore. Because it's cool for the information. I'm not saying the information on the poster doesn't matter. That's informative stuff. Is
Sure.
you need that.
It's not
right?
gonna
So
change
that,
my
so
mind.
it's like, oh no, when someone needs to see what did that thing say? Because we don't need a video. Sometimes like, no, where's the time? I need to see that time. That's a poster. Just quick information.
Yeah.
Solid.
I
Sticks.
mean, look, you need the skills, but I think every creative needs a graphic designer skills,
bro.
It can't be the
Don't make it a
only
main.
thing
Don't make
you
it a
do.
main. Make it a side. Make it a
Yeah,
side.
that's like your
Make it a side.
basics, bro. Every car has a steering wheel. Some cars have, you know, manual. Some are different. Some have automatic windows, but all of them have. And graphic design is that basic. It can't just be that.
Why I like what you're saying is I feel the same way with lighting. I'm not saying that. Why I'm saying lighting, in particular to beginner groups, small teams, you can't have too many mouths to feed in the start. Hence why if you can just set up a light or have someone that isn't going to try and make this a main job yet, right? Because some jobs have to come basically be a priority much later. They're not important now. If you can set that light up on your own and still get the shots you need, good. Because you need to save as much money while growing.
Same
and you don't
with
need to
graphic
be
design.
feeding a whole
Yeah.
village when you don't have the village's money. You get me?
Yeah,
You can't
bro.
feed a whole village with peanuts.
Yeah,
You-
bro.
you-
Come on.
So hence why, because even when I ask gaffers and whatever, what they get paid, it's
Yeah.
always like, whoa, like it's never like a decent amount, which comes back to show that if you're getting very little returns on your job across the board, is that supposed to be a main job? You get me?
It can't
And
be.
it can be. For me, I'm not saying it's impossible,
Mm-hmm.
but for those who want to grow, this whole channel is about growth and making
Mm-hmm.
money. I don't think you want to be doing this as a if you you're not doing it to make money. You can't
Make money. Not anymore. Not a serious bag, bro.
Exactly.
Ah, man, that's really side gig work. Anything that you're doing that can become a side gig project, pivot.
100%.
Yeah.